All right, look, learning this very simple concept in my agency absolutely changed everything. And if you don't learn this concept and you click off this YouTube video, watch some Mr. Beast or some dopamine fried stuff, you're gonna literally lose years off getting to your first 20, 40, 50 grand a month. And I know this stuff because I have been through it. And this is the thing that literally held me back for a year straight in my agency. And once I got through that, I scaled to 40 grand a month in record time. I'm gonna be walking you through a big mind map, a big my reward of this one concept for the whole video, and it's gonna be a game changer for you and your agency. If you're looking to scale your agency right now, and if you don't know me, who's this guy saying he's gonna teach me all this stuff? I've scaled my agency to 40 grand a month. I also run this free community right here with over 10,000 agency owners. I do weekly calls in it. And from those calls, I've gotten a lot of feedback on what people are currently struggling with. And that's why I make these videos for. So if you want to get in this, I drop all my resources from my videos, including this whole mind map, everything in here into that group for free. So if you want to get in after, feel free. It is in the description. And I'm going to walk you through this. The first thing I do have to say is people will get angry at this video as it goes against a majority of the common guru agency advice. Okay. And this is why people fail. By the way, I talk to people all the time. This is exactly why they fail. But this one thing actually made me the most money in dozens of other agency owners I know that have scaled to multi six figures with their agency. And before you click off of this video, this concept is called delayed gratification. And again, you're probably wondering, like, I've heard this a million times. This is just like literally the most basic self-improvement advice you can ever give me, Joe. Why are you talking about this? You've heard it a million times in other spaces, but you haven't heard it on how it actually applies within an agency. And I'm going to give you tons of agency specific stuff on how to scale it way faster by implementing this into your agency. And if you heard this concept before, we hear like, if you don't eat the chocolate now, you'll get the results later with your fitness. You're going to gain muscle. Okay, you're going to look better. Or something like put in the work now for something later. And it's more painful in the short term and it gets better later because you put in that painful work. Okay, so that's the most common concept of delayed gratification that most people think about when they're hearing that. But if someone doesn't understand this fully on how this actually relates to the agency owner context, they're going to scale way slower and get way worse results than the agency owner who actually fully understands it with practical examples. And just to make this as abundantly clear as damn possible for you, what I'm going to be doing nearly throughout this whole video is comparing two agency owners with one who understands this concept and one who doesn't, applying it to an agency. So this is the first thing I'm going to tell you about on how this practically manifests itself within your agency and while you're scaling it. I'm going to give you two examples of number one agency owner, number two agency owner, two different agency owners, very similar situation. One doesn't scale, one does. So what happens? Okay. Both agency owners take their first 30 sales calls. Very simple. Hey, look, they did a cold outreach method, cold SMS, cold call, cold DMs, whatever it may be, to book those sales calls. So we have 30 sales calls on the calendar with two agency owners. This is the premise. Number one agency owner has a significantly low risk offer. Okay, what does it include? Just as a very simple example. A low setup fee, I've talked about this before, like 300 to 1,000, maybe just one time up front. Then we have a performance offer on the back. Okay, if you've done agency stuff before, you've probably heard of this. Or if you haven't, there you go. This is what you use. And the reason we do this is because it's very low risk. Prospects want to get a deliverable inside of their company before paying in many case scenarios. And you're going to have to deal with that as you scale. Okay, so what happens now? As a result of the lower risk offer, this agency owner signs 6 clients out of 30 sales calls. What happens is they get a 20% close rate. If you have an offer this good, and you have a promise, you have a time frame, a guarantee as well with this offer alongside it, you have a minimum ad spend. Hey, look, if you present yourself well, you're going to get a really good close rate. If you're not going the whole sales call, you're going to be doing really decent at least. What happens with the second agency owner? A very different thing. So what they think about is, I want to make money. And this is why I'm starting the agency. I want money now. Okay, this is what this person does. They have a significantly higher risk offer. They have a $4,000 PIF from the get-go because they want to make money covering 90 days of service. And guess what? As a result of the higher risk offer, this agency owner signs 2 clients out of 30 sales calls. What happens? They're at a 6.67% close rate, something around that. Not great, right? So they're making, just putting it in perspective, even if they sign 2 clients, they're making more money than the first agency owner. Most likely, if this guy is doing, let's say, a very small setup fee in the beginning, right? If they're signing like 6 clients on $500, hey, look, that guy's going to make more money just straight away. What are the trade-offs between these two situations? Because I've seen a million examples of both sides of this actually happening. So these are the trade-offs relating to the two scenarios I just mentioned. There's benefits of agency owner number one. And yes, I'm going to get to the point of delayed gratification in a second. You just have to know how this plays out before we explain it. More clients, period. Like, this is the first thing. The guy signed like 6 clients out of 30 sales calls. Okay, so low risk offer means you're going to sign more clients, most likely. It's a better offer in the eyes of the prospect. You're going to get more sales. So, guess what happens when they get multiple clients? They now know the onboarding process and the service very in depth. So, they understand it clearly. Number two, the benefit they get is more data on what is working and what isn't from these signed clients. Okay, internalize that for a second. I'm big on data. I'm a big data guy, okay? And I always make judgments from data. If you don't have context relating to the service, and what do I mean by that? Like, if you don't know what is working, what isn't, that means you haven't had experience in this thing. If someone signs 2 clients versus 6 clients, the person who signs 6 clients is going to have way more data from 6 people instead of 2 on how our ads performing. How is the market right now? How can we edit this offer? Okay, this person now has probably 3x the ad spend to work with versus the 2 clients, all at a same ad spend. A lot going on. You can collect data and see how the service is playing out and how to make it way better very quickly. So it's very, very important to know. So, what happens from that? The service becomes increasingly more valuable fast because of this one thing, just because of that. So, it's already a massive pro. Significantly more case studies. This is very straightforward. Hey, look, they got this guy results, or they got a few wins for them. They can say they have clients to people on sales calls. They can show them some case studies. Last one is significantly more trust built with prospects because of those case studies, and that allows them to charge way more going forward very, very quickly. Okay. And also, they can charge more and have a higher close rate because they have all this proof and they've been on probably more sales calls. They probably signed more onboarding calls. They've done all this stuff, done way more stuff than the other guy. What are the trade offs with the other guy? What are the big benefits of this high ticket offer from the get go? More cash. You're probably thinking of what I'm thinking, like you're understanding the concept now, hopefully. They have more cash now, right now in their bank account. Like, they got the payment from the guy on the actual sales call. They are ecstatic. They're like, "Hey, look, dude, I am on top of the world. I'm the best human on the planet. Like, my ego's huge." So that's the scenario of agency number two, and that's probably why they want to do that up front. It's probably why they're so happy about it. So what's the actual tangible benefit in the business? Okay, they can most likely reinvest the cash back into the business if this agency owner knows what high leverage things are, right? Do they even understand leverage yet? Okay, if they do understand leverage, they can invest that accordingly and really get some good results, some ads or something, or even hiring some cold callers if they know what they're doing. Those are the two benefits of having more cash. It's just a cash argument. Okay, like, this guy made more money. He can do more stuff with the money and be happier because they made more money. So notice, like, the trade-offs between the two and the pros between the two. This guy has way more pros. This guy who's a less cash now offer, like on the sales call, and they're going to get cash way later. So, this is the key takeaway. We don't want to get rich quick. We want to get rich for sure. And just for a key point, which is actually super crucial, like, this is what I tell people when they're joining my company. When I'm onboarding new sales reps, when I'm onboarding, let's say, a video editor, let's say when I'm onboarding setters, like anybody with a key crucial decision making capability in the company, this is what I tell them. The reason I tell them this is because don't be stupid, right? We're not getting rich quick. We're not getting $1 million today. We're getting $1 million at 100% probability in 6 months, not $1 million today. What happens when you optimize for $1 million today? You make stupid decisions. Okay, it's eating the chocolate bar now, and you eat a chocolate bar now every single day of your life, and then you're 500 pounds and you're gonna die at 30. Okay, like, hey, look, you get the idea here. So, to play this type of game, we do have to completely disregard our massive temptation for cash now. Okay, our brain is wired completely inversely to succeed in business. That's something, another key takeaway I'd recommend you to actually know. We're like instant gratification creatures. Like, why do you get the sugar cravings? And why do you not have cravings to eat the sugar when you burn 1 million calories off? Like, we're not completely logical. We have instincts still, okay? And one of those instincts is wanting stuff right now, and we want results now. And if we try to do something, want to see the results of that right now. So that works completely inversely to business and especially business because we're putting in results now, often to not see results from 3 to 6 months, right? Like YouTube videos, as an example, right here. Like I might not get 1,000 views right now on this video, but guess what? In 6 months, I could. Or people want to see something. If I have an offer, they can go through all these videos in 6 months and be sold 6 months later. Okay. So business is a game where we are doing work now and always getting the rewards later. Okay. We reap what we sow, but the reaping is going to be most likely in 3 to 6 months. Okay. Let's get back to the Myra board. We do have to play the logical game, not the instant gratification game, as you know now. Using your TikTok instant gratification, Mr. Beast brain while trying to scale a business, quite literally, result in deception, churn and burn clients, and your whole reputation crashing and burning. Why does like this whole industry, like say guru industry, have such a bad reputation? It's because on YouTube videos, this is the best business model, Joe, and you're going to get 1 million clients in a month with it. And that's an exaggeration for a reason. I'm proving a point, but it's like, hey, look, you're going to make money now. That's the whole selling point. And when they buy that person's course or when they buy that person's thing, they realize they have to put 12 months of work in. So there's a complete miscalculation in the expectations that are set in a good amount of this whole industry, right? Like this video, I'm not telling you to make $1 million today. I'm telling you, like, you're going to have to put in work and get that later. And this is exactly how to do it. Okay. So your whole reputation is going to burn and crash if you do that. We're going to contrast this again. And this is the average agency owner journey. What I did, by the way, for the first year. That's why I was so bad at business. This is what happens step by step. I'm going to give you the instant gratification, which we talked about is the worst option. And we're going to talk about the delayed gratification option. I call this desperation. So if you've heard anything about desperation before, when we're desperate for something, we take illogical actions regarding that desperation. Okay, you haven't eaten any food, you fasted for 3 days, you're desperate for food, you're so hungry, you're gonna eat anything that's in front of you versus the guy that just ate an hour ago and he's like, I am full, I don't want food. Okay, so there's a very big difference between those two people. So a lot of you watching this video, I'd assume if you're like me in the beginning, are desperate for things now. And I want you to channel the desperation in two different ways, and one is going to make you succeed and one isn't. This is the bad version, the instant gratification desperation. Step one, desperation occurs. I need to make money. I need to make money. Like this is the big thing, okay? What happens? A question now forms, which is how do I make as much money as possible now? Okay. Now. Number three, realization occurs. Book as many sales calls as possible, charge as much money as possible. That's how I do that. I'm desperate for money. That's how I make money right now. Number four, justification for everything forms. I need to appear valuable, and people are telling me I'm not valuable enough yet. I don't have case studies. Let's promise something insane to them, and I'll just figure the service delivery out later. Like I'll just figure it out. Okay. So that's the instant gratification path. And guess what? What happens 1 month later? Client refunds. They have a negative balance in their bank account. Their Stripe is screwed up. They can never use a payment processor again. And they're still directionless. Like they haven't gained any skill. They just like played a game of deception for a month. Okay. So it's not good. Number two is the delayed gratification desperation. And by the way, notice the step one here, it's the same thing, right? So the only difference is their tolerance for delayed gratification. So they both have number one, desperation, number two, intent, right? So the same thing occurs in both of these scenarios right here. I need to make money, and also I need to make money. It's the same intent and the same desperation to do the thing. And the second question that this person asks is a bit better. The question is, how do I make as much money as possible soon enough? So there's a contrast in expectations there. One is now, one is soon enough. They obviously would prefer to make money right now. Anybody, since, like I said, the biology of us is wired in a certain way, we all want things now. But this person is logical enough to counteract that a little bit and say, like, I want it soon, but how do I actually do this doing things ethically? How do I actually do this properly in the correct manner? Number three, the realization occurs, book as many sales calls as possible, get my foot in the door with experience, and then charge more when I'm actually worth it. Notice the difference. So the other one was book as many sales calls as possible, charge as much as possible. Okay. The other one is book as many sales calls as possible, get my foot in the door, and then charge more when actually worth it. Much more logical. Number 4, a justification for everything forms. I need to reduce the prospect's risk when signing up with me, as I'm nothing yet compared to other agencies. They actually have a brain. They go, I have no value. Like, I've actually never done this before. Why am I going to sign someone on for 5K when I don't even know I can give them what they're paying for? Okay. So it's very logical to understand that. Next, I'm going to charge way more, maybe like agency owner number 1, when I'm actually worth that. Like when my service is actually good. Okay. 1 month later, the clients are happy. The agency owner making tons of cash on performance. And they have way more clients than agency owner number 1. And now they can charge multi-thousands up front for what they're worth. So, what is the massive difference between the two? It is, guess what? Well, actually, like everything's different, actually. But one is saying, I'm going to take some pain on myself and throw away that desire for quick cash, get rich quick right now. And I'm going to benefit my future self with delayed gratification by not falling into that trap of my own brain. Number 1 guy just gave into it. Okay. So 1 sees the thought of I need to get rich quick, goes, okay, but 1 goes, I need to get rich quick. Okay. Right. So notice how we need to think actually when we start about our intent is this, but there's a million ways to get to that intent, that goal we set out to make money. There's a million ways to get there. What's the best way to get there? The best way to get there, from my experience of what I've done, after a year of learning the hard way, like I said, is we take some pain on ourselves and not make 20 grand a month the first month and say, hey, look, I'm going to sign a bunch of clients. I'm going to humble myself for a second because I'm not valuable. So we're going to do a lower setup fee and mitigate risk as much as possible because I suck. I suck. And the other agency owner goes, hey, look, no, money now, and screws themselves over hard and doesn't take the pain in the moment. This is quite literally something, if you plan on building like multi-million dollar businesses from the people I look up to and what I'm aiming to do as we speak here, you need to understand this. And if you don't, you're screwed. Okay. And I'm going to give you the correct frame, the things to focus on while you get the reps in with a low setup fee offer. And I assume you're convinced by now, and I hope you're convinced by now you do the delayed gratification option. This is what you need to focus on instead of the money. Okay. And this is the frame. Say to yourself, I am desperate for money. With this said, I will not let this influence my short-term decision making. My decision making will be influenced with logic and calculation, getting rich for sure rather than right now. Okay? That's what you need to understand. Add urgency and desperation to these few core actions below right here. Number 1, charge for what you're worth temporarily. Nothing less and nothing more. Your risk for the people you work with should be absolutely minimal. Humble yourself and say, I suck. Okay, so we're going to keep that in mind. Mitigate risk as much as possible with us still getting upside on performance. Number 2, your primary aim for the first few months is building confidence in yourself and your value. If you do the agency owner number 2 example and do $4,000 PIFs, you're going to be shaking on sales calls. Okay. Because a month later, if you even have signed 2 people on $4,000, you have not got them results yet. The agency owner signed 6 instead of 2 has triple the amount of data and confidence and feedback loops versus the one at 2. Oh yeah, I've just set up 2 ad accounts. I'm spending money. I can't test because I just have 2 clients. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Like, they have no skill. Okay. So it's not good. We need to build confidence so it actually shows on sales calls via sales, everything in the agency. Number 3, you build confidence in yourself by delivering actual tangible results and having prospects screaming your name. Results are everything. Number 4, trigger warning. Okay. Listen, you're actually nothing right now. And I'm not insulting you. I'm helping you. Okay. I wish I knew this or I would be a lot more rich. Don't deceive yourself into believing you're something. You actually start believing you're something once you have proof to do so. Okay? Confidence is built from proof. Unless you're a maniac psychopath who can just believe you're God or something, okay? Like, unless you can deceive yourself so well. That doesn't often work. We'll get into that second why that doesn't work. Number 5, people often recommend to be delusional in their beliefs. I've heard this a million times, and I used to believe this a lot. I was big on this. Delusion is unnecessary and causes illogical action consistently. Guess what's happening? Like, you see reality right now. Like, if I hold up this phone, I drop it on the ground. If I believe this isn't a phone, it's a rocket. Is that correct? We can ground ourselves in reality a little bit when we're actually doing anything, like nearly anything. There's a few exceptions, but business is not an exception. Essentially, we need to actually ground ourselves in reality and say, look, it's a step by step path for making money. Okay. We don't have to believe we're $1 million business owner when we're not. We don't have to believe that, but we can build up to that. We can actually take steps to doing that. And I know I'm not that now. And if I believe I'm that now, I'm gonna be big guy walking around when I know nothing. You're gonna just be like, someone asks you what funnel are you using. Oh, I'm getting $50 cost per lead. Oh, I'm at 10. Like, you are not grounding yourself in anything, and you're probably not even gonna believe it anyway. Okay, so don't do that. And number 6, humbling yourself means gaining experience is the number 1 priority for the first few months. So you make extremely more cash the next few months going forward. Again, if you're gonna take something away from this video, no mindset stuff, like nothing, like disregard everything I just said around that. Humble yourself and just say, I'm going to work on a low setup fee and performance for the first few months and gain some case study, gain some confidence. And I'm going to make way, way, way more money because I have 6 clients who all got results versus the other guy who signed 1 or 2 clients who just basically got a piff. And this guy's not even happy because he thought this guy knew what he's doing, but he wasn't. It's going to maybe get a refund request, right? So that's how you actually do it properly. Like, if you're going to set a step-by-step path the next few months yourself, that's how you do it properly. And I'm a bit enthusiastic in this video because I sucked at this whole video, everything I'm showing you, and it cost me a lot of time and money, and I would have scaled away faster. All right, so you need to think about the logical step by step and how it pays off the next few months, not just now. Okay, I know you're desperate, but it's not going to work out well for you if you don't understand this. Thank you for watching. I hope this resonated with you. If you do want the actual whole Miro board that's mapped out for you and you don't want to rewatch this video a million times, I have a section here for your YouTube resources. You click on this and you can see every single resource. Like, literally, you click on this and you go in here, and then like Miro for free, you click it, and I don't even need anything from you to get that. So just click on it, you get the Miro. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and like if you want more videos like this, and I will see you later. Let me know how you liked it.